So, let me get this straight. Maxwell, a federal prison consultant, lays out what sounds less like prison and more like a luxury spa for Maxwell private phone calls, light touch oversight, and comfy conditions that scream exclusive VIP package.
Ms. Maxwell is being treated with a tremendous amount of deference, and that is extremely unusual, if unheard of, within the Bureau of Prisons between inmate and staff. And one comment that was passed to me by the sister of my client was someone in the staff made a passing comment of, "Don't worry, you won't have to put up with this very long." I don't know in what context it was said, but obviously what is being discussed in the media lends itself to a certain assumption.
So, apparently, Jeffrey Epstein's longtime partner in crime, Ghislaine Maxwell, is living her best prison princess life. According to CNN's Erin Burnett, federal prison consultant Sam Mangle spilled the beans on what the Trump DOJ is currently doing. Straight from a whistleblower's lips, and you know it's serious when there's a whistleblower involved.
If Mangle is telling the truth, the justice system seems to have rolled out the red carpet for the well-connected. Meanwhile, Trump's DOJ looks less like a law enforcement agency and more like a PR team, making sure the elite don't get their Gucci shoes scuffed while the rest of us wait in line for justice.
It gets even worse. The DOJ insists Maxwell's treatment is by the book and denies any political meddling. Ah, yes. The classic bureaucratic magic words. Denial and protocol. Transparency? Optional.
In her case, the word to be used is deference. What more can you share about this deferential special treatment?
It can be something as small as when she first got there, while she's dressed the same way, gets the same food, however, it's being brought to her from the kitchen to where she's living, and typically inmates can't take food out of the kitchen. It's being brought to her. She got a new mattress when she came in, and trust me, as someone who went through that, a new mattress is a prized possession, in the BOP. She's given a lot of latitude for her outdoor rec time and her personal time. I know that she's not working at this point. She's not part of any social groups. The women tend to stay away from her for a myriad of reasons. Also, from what's being reported, for her to have access to a computer or the warden, again, is unheard of. Inmates and even attorneys during legal visits don't have access to the internet. They can bring computers in, but they're strictly to review files on a hard drive. So, yet alone the comment that the warden brought in catered meal or food during a visit. Warden has a responsibility to oversee 650 inmates and staff and the facility. To pay that much attention to one inmate, highly unusual.
Meanwhile, Epstein's suspicious exit and the tangled web of powerful names involved make this statement feel like a polite shrug from someone trying very hard not to spill their latte.
As this CNN exclusive interview progresses between Erin and Mangle, they discussed how all this erodes public confidence in federal institutions and affects victims' quest for justice. Shielding the well-connected is like putting duct tape over a leaky pipe it might hold for a bit, but everyone notices the flood eventually. Cover-ups, or convenient omissions, risk normalizing corruption and make any talk of law and order sound like a bedtime story told by someone who forgot to go to bed.
Highly unusual, and we do have leaked emails now, as you know, Sam, that show Maxwell claiming that the warden is helping her with her commutation request of Trump. The Miami Herald reports that she wrote to her attorney, quote, "We'll send you stuff through the warden. I'm struggling to keep it all together as it is big and there are so many attachments." And then according to NBC News, in an email shortly after she arrived at the prison, she described the warden as, quote, "a true professional and the best representative of the BOP I have met." Now, the DOJ, which oversees the BOP, has not responded to our requests to any comment on the special treatment she's receiving or these claims about the warden. But, Sam, can you just put some context on this? How unusual would it be for a warden who had never met her until, right, no knowledge of this person whatsoever or of their behavior, to be almost immediately, directly helping an inmate with a commutation request of the President of the United States?
100% unheard of. First, the email system, you can't send attachments. It's a closed loop email system that only permits a typed document or typed email, no attachments or pictures. I spoke to another client that recently got out of Bryan, and she said this warden, when she came in, was phenomenal. She was one of the best wardens they had. However, the warden was very professional, and her interaction was one of, you're the inmate, I'm the warden, you have your responsibilities, I have mine. We draw a very clear line. It is 100% not just atypical for an inmate to have any interaction with staff, yet alone a warden, not only because of the feelings that it creates amongst other inmates, that they're the police, you stay away from them at all costs, but to interact with the warden at that level and having a warden do that type of favor for you, 100% not just unusual, but unheard of.
If the whistleblower is right, Trump's DOJ looks less like an impartial enforcer of the law and more like a backstage crew protecting VIPs. The Maxwell case isn't just about one inmate's plush accommodations. It's a reminder that when power circles the drain, the public often gets left holding the mop. Justice shouldn't have a membership card, but here, it sure feels like it does.
Now, here's the million-dollar question. What exactly are American taxpayers getting in return for this luxury lockup treatment? Free Wi-Fi? Matching jumpsuits? A don't snitch loyalty rewards program? Because from the look of things, somebody's making real sure Ghislaine keeps her lips sealed, allegedly, of course. And that's the cold truth. On Code Blue in America. Only on OGM News.
All right, friends, here's the deal. We need your support to level up our game. How can you help? Simple. Like, share, and drop a comment. Shower us with your love, your applause, or even your brutally honest displeasure. We can take it, we promise. Your feedback fuels us, even if it stings a little. And before you dash off, go ahead and smash that subscribe button on YouTube. Stay awesome, stay witty, and we'll see you next time.